Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dwarf Fortress. It is still winter, and we just traded with some dwarves, and we were talking about food, I believe. Yes, I was removing the cloth industry type plant from brewing, and then removing all the alcohol from cooking. This is because I recently bought milk, and I can just use milk instead of alcohol for my prepared meals that you just saw me do. And as you can see, I'm preparing another set of 4 beds with the accompanying furniture, and I think I'm going to remove that side until later. I think 8 beds should be more than enough for quite a long time. And the roof is getting closer to completion. Oh yes, our we have our first goblin thief and tried to stop him with our militiaman, who seems to be quite injured because he's really slow at moving. Low body. Her lower spine is broken. Oh Christ, that must hurt. Okay, so she won't be our militia commander any longer. We're going to have to take care of her in the hospital. It's a good thing it's already set up. And it's not only set up, it's actually prepared with a lot of the things that it needs to have. Apparently none of the splints and crutches have made it into the hospital yet, but that's probably because we couldn't fit them in any containers. You see, a hospital needs to have the containers in it to be able to store stuff like splints and crutches that the sick people need. Here we have what the dwarves want for the next year. Windows, earrings, bracelets are nice. Toys are also nice. Toys are really nice. They give us 200% for those. So I might actually just make toys and encrust those with gems until next year. I mean, they did give us quite a lot of value for the earrings, but let me just tell you that 200% for toys that's really nice. That's like, instead of making them out of normal stone, I can make them out of obsidian. That would be the same price value change. Oh, the militia commander was stunned. That's why she was so slow. Or that and the fact that she hurt her spine. So, still not moving. That could be pretty nasty. There, lower spine red. Well, at least it's not gray, so she still has her spine. I think I like this gray tone. I'm not sure how to do the noble quarters just yet. I have to think about that, since I'm probably going to need it during our year 3, because well, we have more than enough dwarves, and I think the value of my fortress is getting closer to us having a mayor, and the mayor needs, well, practically all the stuff he has in the room he has upstairs, but I want to make it a little bit more fancy, because I can. Or maybe that will be with mayor, and then I just build the quarters for the Duke and the Captain of the Guard and stuff like that. We'll see. So let's start making some furniture for our grand hall. "20 thrones and tables should be more than enough, at least as a start. Yes, we need to make an additional 2 tables, I believe, for the traction benches. Right. They won't actually be completed before the traction benches, since the traction benches are made in the mechanics workshop. But we can just move the tables up in that fashion in the mason shop. Yes, I know you need a table. That's why I'm waiting to designate more floor or roof, so that at least one of the higher level masons will get the order to do the tables before he gets to do the floor. I've started working on a to-do list for year 3 of the things and the priority of the things that I'm thinking about doing during year 3 at least. Here we have the report. Smashed open, extreme pain, heavy bruising, needs dressing. Okie dokie. She has been sutured, but let's hope we can get her stitched up. Oh, as you can see, since we built the bags, they moved in the splints and the crutches into the hospital. So never neglect having enough storage space in your hospital. I'm just removing some of these ramps so that so that the walls will be a bit safer, at least for later on. Otherwise they might just walk up to the wall and enter my fort that way instead of trying to get out across the bridges. And well, I'm planning my defense around the bridges, so it would be kinda wasteful if they just ignored them. And they still aren't removing those pieces of rock in the hospital. And we have some dressing made. Our miller has dressed the wounds, so that's good. Perhaps we can get our dwarf to survive this without getting an infection, hopefully. I'm a little bit skeptic about it, since you really should already have... I really should have already had soap made. Or at least imported soap, but I forgot, so... I'm not really sure I even can import soap, but I should have made some at least. And a draken is fighting. No, our hunter was hunting the duck, and then the drake, so... more meat for our hungry dwarves. There wasn't too much gabbro on that floor, which was one of the main reasons for doing the Great Hole, or at least one of them. But I guess I'll have to go more out from the mountain to get the amount of gabbro I want. $190,000 created wealth. It's good. as long as we can keep it low for the first few years, we can get all the important industries up and running. But since we have already had our first visit from the goblins, I'm not holding my breath on things being safe and sound. And the wall is getting closer to the face of the volcano mountain, so let's hope that at least we have enough time to remove the ramps we don't need, or want at least. Why are there almost 30 idlers? Must mean that the box stockpiles are filled. And it seems that our obsidian stockpile is not filled because we don't have enough obsidian to move to it. We're going to create a new pasture for our young horsefoal, so that the aggression of youth doesn't badly affect the rest of my animals. Finally, this is the negative part of not actually removing these ramps at once. But I really don't want to assign a third miner, because our miners are working at a decent speed, and I'm not foreseeing any difficulty with what do you call it, cave-ins and such. I just hope that we don't have problems. So let's complete this roof. So we can remove those last ramps on the third level, or the roof level even. Only 2 thrones made so far. But I guess we can place some of the things in the hospital. Let's yes, let's remove the designation for some of this area. So that the hospital wing is completed faster. We already have enough free space, if they dig all that out, to have a legendary Great Hall. We basically just need the space, not the value at the moment, so finally we have some a bit of fewer idlers. I think I forgot to designate that they should continue building the roof. I'm really going to have to solve that issue later on. I have to make some radical improvements to how my dwarves are managed into work groups. So why did you tell me that Ineth is a expedition leader? I kinda already knew that. Oh yeah. She just gained a level in leadership, I think. That's the... perhaps. I don't know. Well, at least it's the same person. The expedition leader hasn't changed. It was just some kind of weird message. So perhaps something like this. So let's make some more charcoal while we are at it, and prepare a few more bits for the steel industry. So 10 ore, 5 pig iron bars, and then we can make some more charcoal and some more steel. There's a lot of rock down here. Well, at least I know what my idlers will be doing in a while. They will be hauling all that rock out of the grand hall and into some kind of garbage pile. Since I want the grand hall, or the royal hall even, to be rock free except for the stones that I've placed there myself. Oh, look, the walls are done. I could have probably seen that from the idlers being way too many. Looks like our primary defense wall is, well, basically complete, except for the fact that we're also going to need to carve fortifications on the second floor. I just haven't decided where to put them, except near the main bridge in the north, because I know I will be stationing some troops there. I'm not really sure if I want to make fortifications out of every single piece of wall on the second floor. So how would I look inside? Oh, so I can look inside the items and see what is in stock in the hospital. I'm not really sure if I can see if the storage items are filled, but perhaps some of you who are watching could tell me that. How do I know if the hospital stock, uh, the hospital storage items are full or not? I mean, I could of course just place a whole room full of chests, but that seems a bit excessive. Well, see you guys next time.